exhaust the fear. Give your mind what it wants. Because you get to the point where it's like, that's all you got for me? And then once you kind of exhaust that fear, which is only up in your mind, that's the only place fear exists, is up here. And you might say, why is that? Think of any new situation, new event that takes place. Maybe there's a part of you that initially gets excited, but then there's that part of you that kind of sabotages it to say, no, I don't think I can do that, or I'm not worthy enough. Is that you start to sabotage it. And you might say, yeah, why is that? Is because your mind has no reference for the future, which is basically every moment. What it loves to do is it loves to knock you back into the past. It loves to remind you of times that you failed, times you haven't succeeded, because then it has control over you. Your mind is great at controlling. I don't want you to be a slave to your mind. Your mind is a slave to you. You call the shots. And you can, just like a computer, you can reprogram it, because many people who I meet today, especially college students, are living from here. And they're answering to that voice. And when your mind is leading the way, that's when it's about disbelief. That's when it's about playing small in life. That's when usually there are fear-based decisions that are being made. See, when you live from your heart, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, so when you live from your heart, that's when it's about courage, playing full out. That's about being passionate. Like you saw Curry being up here, being passionate about life. And see, when your heart's leading the way, that's when your mind follows. And that's when your mind serves you. That's when it's full of creativity and imagination. And it's a simple head-heart shift, which I'll get to in a minute. But I want to share with you something I decided to do about 6.5, 7 years ago. I wanted to exhaust my greatest fear. And my greatest fear up until this moment was skydiving, jumping out of an airplane. I said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to see on that whole plane ride upward where my mind's going to take me, but I'll know on such a deeper level is that my heart has committed to doing this. And I did it. And I'll never forget, we did a tandem jump. And I'm with 18 people, 9 people who were with 9 instructors doing a tandem jump. 2 of those 9 people opted not to when they were in a plane ride home. They got overcome by fear. And not to judge them. I don't believe anyone was put on this earth to say you're a better person or less of a person than I am. I'm not in a judgmental place. Judgments are here, folks. I don't choose to live there. But people opted not to. They got overcome by fear to the point where they didn't have the experience. See, I did this experience. I came down, and my mind was creating every excuse for me not to do it. I wish I had that video to show you, because right as my feet are dangling out, it's all being videotaped by someone who jumps out of the plane too, is that if there was a bubble above my head, it would have said, I want my mommy. That's what my mind was telling me. But I know on a deeper level, I said, if I can let go of an airplane this high up in the air, I can let go of anything in my life. That's what my heart told me. It just overrode whatever my mind was telling me. And I let go, and I got to the end. And it was one of those defining moments to say, okay, if this is possible, anything is possible. What's interesting, though, we got to be careful of this, is that sometimes with stuff that we do that might be a little bit fearful, is that we attract fear. So you got to understand, whether it be family members, whether it be friends, whether it be people who you associate with, who might be coming to you in life with fear-based stuff that maybe you don't subscribe to. Let me give you an example of this. Is that 24 hours before I did this skydiving, I decided to call my brother. He kind of lives on the other side of life. I love him, but he lives on the other side of life. And I love how we're so different in many ways, yet we came out of the same person. It's kind of funny. But I called him up, and you know what my brother is? My brother's also my financial planner. So when I told my brother I was going skydiving, I thought he might have said I was crazy or something, or like, what are you doing this for and everything. You know what the first thing he said to me was? Do you know your life insurance policy doesn't cover skydiving? I said, thanks, Bill. I didn't plan on dying either, but I appreciate you giving me that warning. Overrode that fear, did it anyway.